Hello everyone, welcome back my channel.
Little House on the Prairie star Melissa Gilbert says Michael Landon had sense of humor in final days. The last time Melissa Gilbert spent time with her TV dad was just a week before his death. Michael Landon, the Bonanza actor who starred as beloved patriarch Charles Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie, died 3 months after publicly announcing his pancreatic cancer diagnosis in 1991. He was 54. Gilbert, who played Half Pint, Laura Ingalls in the series, is teaming up with the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, PanCan. The nonprofit aims to fund research, provide patient/caregiver support, and advocate for increased federal research funding for those affected by the disease. His daughter Leslie Landon Matthews, someone who has been a very dear friend of mine for 50 years, called me because she wanted me to know his diagnosis before it hit the press, Gilbert told Fox News Digital. Her dad was going to do a press conference, and she didn't want me to just hear about it. So she called and told me. I was gutted. My first thought was, this is horrible. I'm going to lose a mentor and father figure, the 60-year-old recalled. I'd already lost my own father to suicide when I was 11. I was staring down the barrel of losing another important male influence in my life. It really shook me. Like everyone else, I sort of watched from a distance because I didn't want to intrude, said Gilbert. But then a while later, I made the decision that I really had to go see him. And this was much later on in his pancreatic cancer journey. I ended up going and spending time with him. And it turned out to be just a week before he died. In November, Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month, Gilbert's lifestyle brand, Modern Prairie, is launching a special collection featuring purple, the official color of pancreatic cancer awareness. All proceeds from the collection will support PanCan. Memories of Gilbert's last meeting with Landon have been vivid in her mind. It was very hard, she admitted. I had been running from the grieving process my whole life and trying to avoid it, but it was really important for me to go and have that goodbye time, which I didn't have with my father. This was a chance to gift myself with that goodbye and say to him all the things I needed to say. Gilbert described the meeting as really hard and painful, but one that she said was blessed with a lot of humor. There were always funny moments with Michael, she said. Even as sick as he was, he still maintained his incredible sense of humor. I remember my son Dakota was about 2 at the time, and one of Michael's horses bit him on the finger. I didn't want Mike to know until we knew how bad it was. It turned out it was nothing. I went in the room to sit with Mike, and he said, "Did one of the horses bite the kid?" Gilbert continued. I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't want you to know that." He said, "Well, is he okay?" I said, "Yeah, he's fine." He said, "Thank God it wasn't worse. I would feel awful." And then he said, "Wait a minute, I'm dying from pancreatic cancer. How could I feel any worse?" It made me laugh, said Gilbert. But it also broke my heart a little bit, knowing that this incredible person, who was able to find humor, was no longer going to be around to help me do that. The actress described Landon as a fighter, someone who was trying everything to combat the disease. He was trying conventional treatments, he was trying holistic and Eastern treatments, he was doing everything he possibly could to fight it, Gilbert explained. It was one of the reasons why I wasn't able to see him sooner. He was always in a hospital, a treatment center, or a holistic medicine center. He even talked about doing coffee enemas. He was constantly searching, trying and fighting. It wasn't until very close to the end that everybody realized that it was the end. Nothing worked. According to PanCan, pancreatic cancer is the 3rd leading cause of cancer-related death in the United States. It has a 5-year survival rate of 13%. It noted that there is no standard early detection test, and there are few effective treatment options. The actress said she was non-functional for quite a while after Landon died. I remember drinking a lot of vanilla malts for some reason, said Gilbert. I don't know why that sticks in my brain. My family surrounded me and kept me going. I had a small child at home to take care of. Seeing this gorgeous boy, my son Dakota, was my light at the end of the tunnel. There was sorrow, grief, and depression taking care of him, but he brought a lot of sunshine into my life. I remember my sister coming over every day just to hang out, said Gilbert. My friends were really helpful. It helped a lot to talk about Michael, to talk about who he was and how he impacted my life. It was a very difficult and sad time. But I promised I would allow myself to grieve and